Do you want to learn how to build this epic Minecraft starter house? If you do, be sure to watch to the end of the video and I will show you just how easy it is. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Oogie here, and today I bring you another Minecraft how to build tutorial. And in today's tutorial we are building an epic Minecraft starter house. So before we get into the video, be sure to hit the like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I do a whole lot of how to build content, and I can promise you, you will find something that you like. Right, without any further ado, let's get stuck into this video. The first step to creating this epic house is you're going to want to place one block of spruce oak. We're going to use oak to essentially make a main layer of our building, and what you're going to do then is you're going to want to go across by 10 blocks using oak planks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and then on the 11th block you're going to place a spruce log and go up. At the minute we're going to want to go up by 3 blocks only, and we're going to extend this in the future shortly after. Right, so now that we have our spruce log added here, what you're going to do is you're essentially going to want to expand a little bit going this way here, and you're going to want to expand this here by 6 blocks. So you're going to take your oak planks again, you're going to go out by 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and you're going to place an oak or spruce log, and you're going to want to go up by 3 blocks like so. Then what you're going to want to do next is you're going to want to go over by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And then what we're going to have here is we're going to have our spruce log facing up like so. I'm going to fill this here area in before we finish off the house, but don't worry about it yet. You guys can pick a nicer area to building, sorry, apologies. And we're going to want to go up by 3 blocks yet again. Now that this is complete, what you're going to want to do is go down here and go out by 6 blocks yet again. So you're going to go out by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and you're going to place a triple spruce log pillar going all the way up. And what you're going to do after this here, just to finish, is you're going to match the pillars up in a straight line like so. So you're just going to place the pillar down and essentially, oh my bad, I placed it in the wrong position, and go up by 3. And you're going to do the same on this corner here. This will help you make the division of the house that much smoother, and it will be a lot quicker. So what I'm going to do then is I'm essentially going to finish off the outline of the house by filling in the gaps like so. And what I'm going to do then is I'm really simply going to fill out all the blocks on them in the side of the floor. So yes, you're alright, the house will be up, will be higher by 1 block, and this is essentially going to be the floor. So at the minute we have a shape looking very similar to this here. What you're going to do next is you're going to really quickly want to fill the whole thing out with oak wood planks. Now that we have a shape like this here of the house, what you're going to do is you're going to want to extend certain pillars. So you're going to extend all of these pillars up by 3 extra blocks like so. And some of them will go just a little bit higher, but for time being we're going to do our ground floor first. And after we finish off building our ground floor, we will proceed on to the second floor, which will be actually very simple, and it's going to look something very similar to the other ones. My apologies, I built this here one up too high. So 1, 2 and 3. So as you can see, you have a shape of a house like this here at the moment, which we will use, and it will look actually very nice on the inside. And what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to place 2 planks, or a pillar of 2 going across just like so, and make an entrance for your door. So having doors like this here will be actually quite perfect, but what how I like to place my doors is essentially on the inside, so that you can see there's a small kind of entrance and like a small overhang just above the door. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add an extra block on this here side and an extra block going all the way up here. What you could even do if you really wanted to is erase these blocks and add windows here, which I'm actually going to use for this tutorial. So we're going to have windows looking very similar to this here, which at the minute the house is taking a very nice shape, and it will look really well once we're finished. So I'm going to really quickly just fill this here out completely, and then once I finish filling out this wall here, that wall and that wall, I will show you guys how to proceed on with the next step. We currently have a shape of a house that looks very similar to this here, and what our next step is going to be is simply inputting a good few windows into the house. So let's get stuck into the process of adding windows. To add windows, what you're going to want to do really quickly is make a lot of space for it, as we're going to have very huge windows on the inside of the house, and actually destroyed too many blocks on each side. So we're going to go up by 2 blocks high. As we know, our floor is a little bit higher on this here one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in by 1 wooden plank and then make a huge area for the window. The windows are going to go up by 3 high, and then what we're going to do is we're really simply going to fill out these gaps here with white wood or white glass panes, simply because I think they are the nicest ones to use whenever it comes to the windows. So we're going to have a house shape like this here at the minute, and then what you're going to want to do is you're simply going to want to recreate this here on all of the sides. Apologies, that was the wrong block yet again, and I'm missing. There we go. And you're simply going to do this here all over, and you want to make sure you're using very similar sized windows. So we have a 3 by 3 here and a 3 by 3 here. Or apologies, this here needs to be a 4 by 3. There we go, just like so. So this is kind of starting to take a very nice shape of the house. And what you're going to do here is you're going to very simply do this once again all the way across. We want to make sure we have enough space in our house for windows so that we can see the outside at any point in time. And what we're going to do then is we're going to come on the inside here, and our window is going to start 2 blocks in on this side and 2 blocks in on this side here, and going to go all the way across just like so. So as you can see, we are using up a lot of this space, and we're adding a whole bunch of nice windows that we can look out at any point. Then what we're going to do here is on this side we're going to add 1 more pillar going all the way across to this side here, simply because I completely missed it whenever we were doing the outline of the building. So you're currently sitting with the same shape of the building, all of this here, if you follow the tutorial correctly. I went up too high on these blocks there, and yet again we're going to fill this out with windows just like so. So as you can see, we have plenty of windows going all the way around the house, which is exactly what we wanted. And you're going to go in by 2 on each of these sides yet again and fill this here out completely. So each of the walls will have a nice window that we can look out of, and it's going to work absolutely perfectly together. So you want to make sure that the windows match up completely. So if the window opposite from it is 1 block in, then we're going to have everything kind of built in by 1 block, and so on. So it's going to work absolutely perfectly, and there we have it. So our current house shape is this here, and it's going to work absolutely fine the further we progress on with the tutorial that we're doing. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to simply set up an entrance to the house, and we're going to do this here by set up a small perimeter and fill out this here small rectangle with oak wood planks. So I'm going to do this really quickly and show you guys what that looks like. What I've done in this section here is I went around the building with our spruce logs, placed 2 stairs leading directly towards the door, and I've added an extra kind of extension to the house of 3 blocks of wooden plank or oak wood planks, just like so. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab some oak wood fences and go all the way around the house, just like this here, reaching all the way to the edge. You could also extend the patio going out a little bit more, but for this tutorial I'm going to keep it the way it is. Our next step to finishing off the house is very simple. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to grab some spruce stairs, and very simply you're going to go around this here area here, as this is going to be the first part of our roof or of the house, and everything's kind of going to go in the same direction. So you want to make sure you're able to go out all the way and make a square roof around the house, rather than kind of going in and out and around, as we're going to have a patio that has a covered roof on it, which should work absolutely perfectly. Oh, my bad, I didn't go out far enough, and we'll add 1 extra block just like so. You could also just finish it off at this here side completely. So what you'll be doing is essentially just going in like so. My bad, apologies, I can't get the final blocks like this here, and then what you can do is simply destroy these blocks here, and that would work absolutely fine as well. And then you can have like a small extension around the building or just kind of whichever way you'd prefer to have this kind of finished off in whatever kind of sense. But for this here tutorial, I'm going to go all the way around like so, and all the way around the building, which we can then kind of touch up as we're going throughout the whole building and throughout the building phase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way around the building. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. As you guys can see, we have a very simple shape of a house that looks very something like this here. So what your next step is going to be is simply expanding the upper area of the house, which would be the right hand side. This side here is going to go up one block, and that's going to stay the same size as it is at the moment. So what we're going to want to do here before we do that is very simply fill this here in with oak wood planks. I'm going to do this really quickly and show you guys what that would look like. Now that we have this shape here, we have kind of finished off our patio that we're going to be going out to. And what you're really simply going to want to do is you want to make sure that your staircases reach the top of it, just like this here. Oh, my bad. So this is going to hold everything up very, very nicely. You want to do this here at your entrances also. And we're going to add kind of one block going all the way around the top just to connect all of the fences like this here. Which will work absolutely fine as well, except from the entrance. Actually, no, you know what? I'll put them on the entrance also, just like this here, and that will kind of give it that shielded off feeling for your patio. So this is looking very, very sharp at the moment. Our next step to finishing the whole roof is actually very, very simple. What we're going to do is expand these pillars up by 3 blocks like so on each side. And then what we're going to do is add another 3 pillar block like so on the inside of them, just like this. And then you're going to add a 4 block pillar like so. And you're essentially going to cover these off like this here. And you're going to continue on going up by 1 block at a time until you reach a shape very similar to this here. Now that we have this shape, what you're going to do is essentially, this is a very, very easy step. You can even go down by 1 block here or not, depending on which one you prefer. You actually want to make sure that this is pixel perfect. So we're going to add 1 more block on each side like so, which will be our staircase going up. So add 1 block on each side going all the way up, which will be our main roof. So as you can see, this will finish off being pixel perfect, just like this here. And it'll look really nice once we add a little overhang to our building. So what you're going to do then is essentially just expand it by 1 block like so, and we're going to finish it off by adding a very nice kind of upside down staircase yet again just directly below them, which will match up the design rather nicely, and it will complete the look of the front of the building. So as you can see, it looks a little bit boring at the moment. So what you want to do then is you want to add a few upside down staircases just like so to make it seem like an actual roof. This is something I always like about the effect of these staircases. It makes it look very realistic, and it just helps you to design a perfect roof. So we have something looking like this here. Now that we've done this, what you want to do is you really quickly want to fill out the whole gap, and you want to make sure you use your pillars going all the way up by 3 blocks and up by 3 blocks on this side yet again, and the same on this side here. So I'm going to fill out the walls and the floor of this here simply by placing oak wood planks on this small gap over there. So I'm going to fill this whole thing out. I'm going to show you guys what that would look like. What I've done is I filled out all of the floor on this side here, and I've finished off the roof and the floor on the inside of the building on the all around. So what I've done is essentially I just continued the roof going straight out and around to here, and essentially replicated the same design that we had over on this side. And how I'm going to finish it off is by adding a little bit of glass essentially at the front. And don't worry guys, I will go over with you on how to add light and how to make a way up to the very top of the building. But before we do that, what I really quickly want to do here is I want to make sure that we have our roof finished. So what you're going to do is you're essentially just going to want to extend everything going out the ways, just like so, so that we have our roof kind of wrapped up very, very neatly, and it looks rather decent. So what you're going to do is you're going to go all the way around 1 more block just like this here and into the very edge, And instead of finishing off with more staircases which will kind of meet in the middle, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use some spruce slabs just like this here and go all the way across and essentially fill out the middle. So your roof is going to look something similar to this here from far away, and you'll be able to see the half a block gap between the two roofs meeting. So I'm going to really quickly fill this here out, and I'm going to show you guys what that would look like. We currently have a house looking something like this here, which if you ask me looks absolutely amazing and it's very, very gorgeous. But what you're going to want to do then is you're going to want to go inside and finish off by adding a small way to find your path up to the very top. I'm going to let you guys decide on how you guys want to do all of this here essentially, but what we're going to do is we're going to use a ladder, and I'm going to simply make a nice pathway going all the way up to the top. And up here what you can do then is you can grab a trapdoor and place it down. For this tutorial I'm going to use a spruce trapdoor like so, and I will also show you guys how to put some nice lighting around the house. So we're going to grab mostly lanterns and place lanterns all over the house, in the corners just like so, and also at every pillar, making sure that we have plenty of light and everything is kind of visible at every single time whenever we come up. So I'm going to go down to the bottom, and you're going to essentially want to replicate the same thing on the inside. A lantern at every pillar except from the one at the ladder, and this should give you enough light to keep you going throughout. You can also add like a double pillar or something like this here just at the door, simply to get a little bit of extra light. So that should cover the light issues on the inside of the house. Then on the outside, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to add a few simply on each side of the entrance to the house like so, and on every corner, simply going down, so that whenever you're on the outside of the house you can still see everything rather nicely. So as you can see, I'm going around and adding plenty of light, which will I'll make the house stand out even from a further distance. You can also do this here up above. I know the higher lanterns won't really matter that much, however they will still add a little bit of extra light, and we're currently sitting with a shape of a house like this here, which is looking phenomenal. I will then finish it off by adding a nice sitting area outside of the front of the house. I'm going to let you guys decide how you would like to decorate it. So we're going to do this here simply by grabbing some stone brick stairs like so, and going all the way around like this here, and making sure that we have a big enough area for a seating space, wherever you want to call it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to want to grab some half slabs and essentially place them across like this here. So we have a huge table and a nice sitting area out the front of the house, and as you can see we are well protected from the rain. Then once you come inside you have a whole lot of space, and you can go upstairs and see the other decorations. I'm going to let you guys decide how you guys want to decorate the inside, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some snapshots and post them on my Instagram. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I will put a link to my Instagram down in the description where you can go and see how I decorated this epic little house. But yeah guys, this has been it for the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slap the like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe and share this video with your friends. It will help me grow so much. So thanks for watching once again guys. This has been Augie here. Have an awesome day and goodbye.